CPU Bach came about at an interesting time in my life. I just finished the computer game called Civilization, which turned out to be quite successful and was the first really huge game that I had created. And I was looking for, what am I going to do next? It's very interesting. Sometimes it's hard to pick up where the beats are until you've heard the counterpoint come in or the accompaniment. And I think that's also a characteristic sometimes of Bach's themes, that it's not always clear where the beats are, where the bar divisions are.
Well, in fact, oftentimes he deliberately fools the listener with a particular division of beat that goes against the bar line, and then, as you said, when the other parts come in, it puts it right back in its context.
There was definitely a sense with CPU Bach that we were going into uncharted territory, that we might ruffle a few feathers with the idea that computers could create music. But it's a time, and it continues to be a time, when we're really exploring what computers can do today. They can play chess with the grandmasters. They can assist in creating art and graphics. Most artists today are trained on computers to do modeling and animation and things like that. So we're coming to more and more accept a confluence of art and technology. And CPU Bach, I think, was one of the first steps really in creating that overlap between technology and art. I think I gained a deeper appreciation for Bach for going through this process. So the first form that we really tackled with CPU Bach was the idea of the fugue, because it really, in many ways, kind of incorporates all the elements of the style that we were trying to duplicate here. The idea of the melody, bringing in counterpoint, structure, harmony, rhythm, they're all kind of part of that, the fugue. And people, I think, just know what a fugue should sound like. And it gave us a great benchmark to see where we were, how close were we getting to something that really sounded like the style of Bach. And, in terms of Bach's life and how his life experiences kind of influence his music, I think it allowed him a kind of a universal perspective. I don't think Bach is telling me his story. I think he's kind of telling me humanity's story. My sense is that he had ups and downs in his life, joys and sorrows, but he's not trying to tell me about his story. He's including me in a kind of a universal humanity, and that's the sense that I get from his music. And in a way that informs my game design. I'm not trying to tell the player my story in a game, but I'm giving the player space to create their own story in a game like Civilization, for example. You can create whatever story you want within those games. And I think perhaps that's something I learned from Bach, that allowing the player or the listener to really be part of the experience, feel included, is so powerful.